Welcome back once more, movie fans, to the Venice Film Festival 2022 coverage. And thank you for clicking on my review for one of my most anticipated movies of the year, Martin McDonagh's The Banshees of Inisherin, reuniting in Bruges stars Brendan Gleeson and Colin Farrell. The film is set in 1920s Ireland during the Irish Civil War and follows the story of two lifelong friends who find themselves at an impasse when one of them abruptly ends their relationship, creating a tense game with alarming, ever-escalating consequences for both of them. I love Martin McDonagh and his trademark storytelling of juxtaposing the darkness of the world around us with the utter ridiculousness of life itself, and how it creates for a constant tennis match between emotions where you just bounce back and forth as you witness utterly hilarious characters going through uproariously funny situations despite the dark setting. And The Banshees of Inisherin does not disappoint in that regard whatsoever, creating for an honest but genuinely life-affirming experience and one of my favorite watches of 2022. But before I dive any deeper into my thoughts on The Banshees of Inisherin, I need to know what you make of it in the comments below. Did you catch it at the festival, in the cinemas by the time you catch this video? And what is your favorite Martin McDonagh film? Anything and everything down there. And if you're enjoying the Venice Film Festival coverage, if you're loving this review, or if you just love movies and TV, this is the place to be. So consider clicking that subscribe button and you won't miss any future conversations, your favorite movies and TV. Martin McDonagh is one of the least flashy and least pretentious directors / screenwriters working today. His movies live and breathe through the earnest dialogue, characterizations, and emotions that the performances are able to elicit thanks to his sharp script. And Banshees is no exception, with Colin Firth delivering one of the best performances I have ever seen from him, nuanced with sympathy and empathy. A tricky balance that is not easy to achieve, but he is so good at playing this puppy-eyed loner who suddenly sees himself losing everything he holds dear, and apparently without reason. And his chemistry with Brendan Gleeson is so excellent. The two absolutely excel at playing this starkly humorous odd couple that, ironically enough, does not get along for a single second on screen, constantly bickering and bantering like two petty children, which does wonders for this story, putting us into Patrick's place immediately, where we never saw this friendship at its best, and so his entire world is twisting and turning with no logical sense. It doesn't make sense for everyone. Even the entire island is constantly commenting on how shocking this breakup is. The only person who sees logic in this is Colm, played by Brendan Gleeson, who continues to prove he's one of the most underappreciated actors working today. Even in the most calm and serene moments on screen, he brings a commanding, quiet intensity to his presence on screen that is wonderful to behold, and he carries some of the most emotionally potent moments throughout this film. But as expectedly great as both Gleeson and Farrell are, Carrie Condon steals this film. The two former friends bicker so much they create new levels of ridiculous as the film unfolds, and Carrie Condon, who plays Patrick's sister in this, seems to be the most level-headed person in the entire island, who preaches the values the film is trying to input into its audience. And that's what makes this film so incredible to watch. As much as you're laughing at one moment, the emotion that comes right after feels earned. It never feels jarring. And as you see this story unravel, as you see the drastic measures certain characters take in trying to break themselves apart from their former friends, you see how much it is eating away at them. You see how much Brendan Gleeson's existential crisis is hurting not only himself, but those around him unnecessarily. And while that leads to riotous laughs throughout this film, seriously, I will be quoting this movie so much. There are so many incredible moments where the entire audience erupted with laughter. McDonagh is able to take us back and see the forest for the trees, really hitting on the emotion that was right there all along. And the humor is not just funny because of the characterizations or the proper lines the characters speak, and those are really fucking funny, but it's through this snappy dialogue, it's through the wit of the characters and in their interactions that you start to peel the layers on their humanity, on an existential crisis, on the themes of being kind, and how that goes such a long way, how petty these people feel when they're angry. And the best moments in this film, the ones that tug at your heartstrings, are the displays of kindness that more often than not don't happen between two humans, but rather between Patrick and his donkey Jenny, as well as Colm and his dog Sam. As Colm's words and actions eat away at Patrick's kindness and gentle nature, even these animals see the ridiculousness of this relationship and how these two don't even know what they're actually fighting about, much like the Irish Civil War that they witnessed in the mainland across the island. And he is able to charm us from beginning to end with humor and drama as we vicariously live a character's pain, with Farrell eventually delivering a magnificent monologue at Gleason that captures both the tones of the film seamlessly. The Banshees of Inisherin earns every single one of its laughs and potential tears. But where it ultimately falls somewhat short for me is how the editing ultimately costs the emotional potential of its themes and narrative key points. Once the film starts resolving every single one of its plot threads, some things should have switched order as to maximize the emotional potential. It's very nitpicky, I know, but I just couldn't help in noticing how the film was kind of spoiling its own resolution, and just switching certain scenes around would have helped it immensely. The Banshees of Inisherin teaches us to cherish those right in front of us, to be kind, and to let go of pain and grievances, lest they eat us away, while unmasking the bleakness of human fragility with uproariously funny characters and dry Irish wit. Moral of the story, let's be feckin' kind to one another. I'm giving the Banshees of Inisherin a B+. That's my take on the Banshees of Inisherin from the Venice Film Festival. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you make of it and how you rank Martin McDonagh's films. Thank you so much for watching. There's more Venice Film Festival reviews coming, and thank you so much to my channel members for always supporting the channel. And until the next one, love each other and love the movies.